Watch how she moves through your world. No weapons drawn, no voices raised, no threats hurled like stones. Just a smile that lingers a beat too long, a delay that tests your patience, a soft disagreement that probes your backbone. This is her reconnaissance. This is how she maps the territory of your soul. She changes her mind without warning and observes. She applies pressure like a skilled surgeon, precise and calculated. Because once you surrender your frame, your time, your reason to win her approval, you've already lost something far more precious than her affection. You've lost dominion over yourself. The old master understood what we've forgotten. He who conquers a free city but fails to reshape it will be consumed by it. This is why men lose everything while trying to win women. They attempt to lead without testing loyalty. They try to hold power without examining the court, and so they are devoured by what they refuse to inspect. Women aren't chaotic by design. They're strategic, not from cruelty, but from necessity. A woman who cannot measure a man's strength cannot trust him to protect what matters. From the moment you speak, she's listening not just to your words, but to their weight. She studies your flinch when she's late. She measures how quickly you forgive broken promises. She watches how eagerly you accommodate her contradictions, what you call understanding. She reads as weakness. A prince who lacks shrewdness cannot be well counseled. This is your failure, man. You believe your willingness to please earns love, but wisdom teaches that respect trumps affection when one must be chosen. A woman may love the man she can control, but she respects the one she cannot move. Between the two, it's respect that secures loyalty, not sentiment. Every moment becomes a referendum on your strength. She arrives late. Do you adjust your schedule or your standard? She mentions her ex. Do you grow insecure or remain unmoved? She dismisses your ideas. Do you stand firm or grovel for agreement? Everyone is watching your reaction to disobedience. She is not the only one voting. This isn't seduction. This is sovereignty. The man who cannot test a woman is like a king who never inspects his borders. He will be invaded, exploited, overthrown without recognizing the first sign of war. Why? Because he mistook her smile for peace. Appearances deceive. What you see is rarely what you get. Women, perhaps more than anyone, master the art of appearing agreeable while testing for strength. She may laugh at your jokes and call you sweet, yet push your boundaries like a foreign power probing defenses. She won't ask if she can control you. She'll try. The moment you fold, you reveal who you truly are, not the ruler, but the ruled. You were never taught to test. You were taught to trust. You were told love is earned through kindness, presence, provision, that a good woman will see your goodness if you simply treat her well. But in every arena where power matters, only fools lead with virtue alone. A man who acts entirely according to his professions of goodness soon meets what destroys him among so much that is not. You were born into evaluation. Even the kindest woman doesn't love you for your virtue. She loves you for your gravity, your ability to resist, to assert, to remain unmoved by her storms. If she cries, will you fold? If she disrespects, will you chase? If she disappears, will you wait like a dog by the door, or carry on like a man whose purpose was never centered on her validation? These are her tests, deployed like invisible tripwires across every interaction. She doesn't explain them, because she doesn't need to. She's watching how you respond to silence, tension, disagreement. She's measuring how quickly you negotiate with your own standards just to keep her smiling. When you do, the smile stays, but the respect evaporates. This is why so many men lose power without ever hearing no. She simply becomes colder, less responsive, less affectionate. You don't understand what happened, but what happened was simple. She saw your soft core, and now she can never unsee it. You live in a world where softness is celebrated but never rewarded, where men who expose vulnerability too soon are not praised but quietly dismissed. You must test not for revenge, not for control, but for clarity. Is she with you because you bend or because you don't? Is her loyalty real or a performance maintained by your unbroken compliance? You won't find answers in comfort. You'll find them only when you disrupt the script. Tell her no and watch what shakes. Withhold attention and see what remains. Speak truth and listen for silence. A woman who is stable, grounded, worthy will not flinch at your standards. She will respect them even if they frustrate her. But a woman who lives for domination will not tolerate a man she cannot move. Pleasing guarantees rejection. Resistance reveals character. The wise man does not argue, does not explain. He observes. He withholds. He tests. Because what cannot withstand scrutiny is not worth keeping, and what collapses under pressure was never real. A woman will never tell you what she respects. She will only reveal it through what she stays for. She may say she wants a kind man, yet disappear the moment you prioritize her feelings over your convictions. This is why the test must always be silent, not announced, not explained, executed, because only in silence does her instinct speak. You can return to your life pretending that love is pure, that effort is enough, that boundaries are harsh and women are innocent. Or you can begin, test her silence, test her anger, test her consistency, test her gratitude, test her reaction to the word no. Because any woman who cannot withstand scrutiny does not deserve your investment, and any man who refuses to test is already lost. The choice is yours. Thanks for watching. See you next video.